What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. So today, guys, I really want to talk about stretching yourself. And what I mean by that is this. I have often talked about required difficulty. And one of the ways that I think it is important to stretch yourself is to actually dream big. And I think it's very important that you pick something that is big for you and then you write it down. And then that's something that you go after. Here's the things in my life that I'm going to do. And they're big. And the reason for this is because it moves you out of the box you're in. So naturally in life, we all follow cycles and routines, and we all move through these things. And what happens is we actually stay in the same routine, in the same cycle oftentimes. I'm going to wake up at 6, I make my breakfast, I go to the office, I'm there at 9, I get lunch at 12, I get off at 5, I go home, I see the family, I eat dinner, I go to bed, and it starts all over. And then on the weekend, I got 2 days off. And then there's nothing wrong with that if you're perfectly happy. However, what I'm trying to get at is this, to pause yourself and say, what would life be like if I did this? Is this really how I want to spend time with my family? If it is, it's great. Awesome. You could dream big for your children. Dream big for your family. Dream big that way. I'm not just talking about, oh, let me be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is not the end all be all of anything. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that Andrew enjoys doing. So we do it. That's why. If we are miserable at it, I wouldn't do it. I don't think the money's worth it. Life's too short for you to be miserable for stuff and for you to be miserable over money. And a lot of people compete using money as a universal standard for winning, but I think a lot of people lose who have a lot of money. Anyways, going back to what I'm saying is to stop and come outside of your box and really self-assess and go, is this what I want? Is this the life that I want to have? And then whatever it is, like force yourself to look at a bigger picture. Force yourself to go out there and go, okay, this is the big dream. This is what I want. Or, hey, maybe we want to own a farm one day. Or, hey, maybe we want to travel and I want to take my kids places. How do we get there? Hey, maybe we want this. Hey, maybe we want that. Hey, maybe I want to really raise children. I want to be a part of my grandchildren's life. Maybe it's that. I don't know. The point is what I'm getting at is stepping outside your box to get a different perspective. When you get a perspective change on any area in your life, your world will change in a good way. One of two things will happen when you get a perspective change. And perspective is looking at whatever you're looking at from a different angle, okay? So if you have perspective change, one of two things is going to happen. First, it is either going to solidify where you're at and go, yes, this is where I want to be. Or two, it will show you where you actually really want to go, and it will help you get there. And so it is so important to stop and take a big step back and look and just to really think, just to dream. And if you're married, I would include your spouse, honestly. I really would. I would include them and be like, hey, what are we doing? Is this really what we want? Like my wife and I talk about this stuff like, hey, where do we want to be? When we're 80 years old, what does life look like? Sitting on a porch. Our children are there. Our grandchildren are there. You know, they're running around the property. And everybody's happy to be together. And the work that we've been called to do has been accomplished. And it's great. And we lived a meaningful life and we helped people. We served people. We loved people. And that's where we talk. We talk about that stuff a lot. And so I think it's important to take a step back, look outside your box. The big thing is getting in a box and then being stuck there and not even knowing you're in a box. And all of us are in that. We all get stuck in the cycle. We all get stuck in the routine. And routines are great, but they're also harmful when we are not actually stepping back to have sight on our life, when we're not actually stepping back to look and see what life is about and where we're headed. And this is oftentimes why, and a lot of times how people lose their jobs, and it blindsides people. It blindsides them because they haven't taken a step back and looked and said, oh, wow, is this company that I'm working for actually doing well? Just because you have a job at a company doesn't mean you've got job security, right? And oftentimes it's blindsided because we haven't stepped back and haven't actually seen that our cheese has moved, that the life has changed. We haven't seen it. And so if you can step back, you'll see how life is changing and it'll be great. Anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you later. Peace.